Hello and welcome back everyone. In today's video, we're going to be taking a look at the newly released SH Figuarts Dragon Ball Super Superhero Gamma 1. Now, I did pick up both of these guys up together. I got Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. Of course, Gamma 2 will be for the next video, so just to kind of show you what they look like, but I'm going to take this guy out of the frame here, and we're going to focus more on this guy. So, got these guys about 2 weeks ago, and it's been busy, but I think 2 weeks is still pretty good compared to some of the other hiatuses I had before. So, taking a quick look at the box, as you see, we got the nice foil lettering, Gamma 1, and that in Japanese. We do see this is a P Bandai, and yes, sadly, every single superhero figure besides Goku, Vegeta, Piccolo, as well as Ultima Gohan will be P Bandai, so I'm sorry for everyone out there that makes it really hard for you to get, but yeah, it is what it is, right? So we do see Dragon Ball Super, we do have Gamma 1, we got a nice big 1 on his chest. He's got 1 crest, whereas the other one has 2. Here we do see we have some Gohan faces. Now, for those that don't know, every single P Bandai superhero SH Figuarts figure comes with a Build a Gohan gimmick. And for this guy, of course, that is the Super Saiyan head. So we'll take a look at that later on as well. We do see we got the nice belt here. At the top, he's looking up, looking all heroic. On the side, it's your pretty cool shots there. On the bottom, he's looking a little agitated. On the side here, we got Gamma 1 as well. And on the back, we get your product shots. And here we do see the Super Saiyan head for Gohan, as well as Gamma 2. So, without further ado, let's crack this guy open. And here we have Gamma 1 in his superhero glory. So taking a quick look here. Very, very nice. I do like the color scheme, although he does look a little bit too yellowish, just for my personal taste. It's almost as if he's wearing like a hazmat suit. But other than that, it looks pretty good, I would say. Overall, we do have a nice red cape, which is plastic on the back. It is just one piece, sadly, but it is articulated as well, so we do have a hinge up there, and this kind of rotates a little bit, and of course this red piece up here is soft plastic, so it can actually kind of fly up like that, which is very cool, but this is very impractical. He would just topple over, so we definitely would need a stand if we have his cape kind of flying all the way back there. But on the front here, we do see the big, nice big red number 1. We do have kind of these like, almost like big buttons coming down the sides of his chest. We do have this kind of upside down L, which I'm not exactly sure what that's for. We do have more of these buttons on the side. We do see the Red Ribbon Army logo. Now, this is the first kind of Red Ribbon Army figure, or actually character, I would say, since the Android saga in Dragon Ball Z, which is actually quite a long time ago. So it's actually really cool to see that Red Ribbon Army is making a return. Now, of course, if you do count Dragon Ball GT as being canon, or regardless of whether or not it's canon, if you're looking at that, then I do believe that I think Baby, the doctor that made Baby, he was part of the Red Ribbon Army as well, but if you don't count that as canon, if you disregard those guys, then really the last time we've seen any kind of Red Ribbon Army character is the Android Saga and Dragon Ball Z. So we have these nice big black rain boots, almost black gloves here. We do have this red gun on this side. Sorry, focus. Which this is actually just a placeholder gun. It's not the actual gun. It does kind of slide out. And when you see, it's just a peg that pegs into there. So if the gun is holstered, we just have that in, and you can't really see the tip. That's completely fine. But when he is actually holding his gun, you would just pop this guy out. You put it off to the side, and you would bring in another gun. So this is the other gun that we have, and this is actually a legit gun. We do see we got kind of like a shark head missile, very cool. I just stuck it in the hand, and this is kind of a hand that holds the gun, very easy to pop out. So we just kind of wiggle it out, and there's the gun hand, and there is the gun. On the other side, we've got the number 1, and of course he comes with both left and right hands. We'll take a look in a second here. But getting that out of the way, let's go into articulation. Of course, we already went over the cape. Neck is on a ball joint at the bottom here. At the top, there is a hinge, swivel, and as well as a ball joint that goes up into the head. It is a stock, which we've seen with the likes of Nappa and those guys here. So basically, it's just a peg. I'm going to slide that on, and that's how we change the heads. Shoulders are on a ball joint all the way around. We do have a butterfly joint as well that gets pretty far out, but does look a little inconsistent, so that's not the greatest. We do have this little shoulder piece, which is on a ball joint connected to the back as well. We get that a little lower. We can get a hinge that goes up to around 90. We have a bicep rotation, and again, this is where you would pop off the arm because he also does have the crossed arm piece as well. Double bend at the elbow, which actually gets pretty good, almost to 180, and a ball hinge at the wrist here. So if we get these arms out of the way, now forward, we do have quite a bit of articulation, but of course that's very unsightly. But again, you wouldn't be looking at him from the back like that, but that's really good articulation there. Now if we go backwards, he also has a decent amount, again, a little bit gappy, but not too bad. And waist, of course, is a ball joint. The belt piece is a separate piece, so it slides back and forth. The skirt here is made of soft, kind of rubbery plastic, so it's very easy for him to kind of kick forward. We do get 90 degrees there. Kick back, we get 90 degrees there as well. Go out to the side, he almost gets the full split. We do have a thigh rotation up in there. A double knee bend that, again, almost gets you to 180. And a double hinge at the ankle, as well as a toe pivot that gets you to about there. So pretty decent articulation for this character. Not the greatest, and not the greatest looking sometimes as well when we get him into certain poses, but overall I would say pretty good. So we can get him to stand. Let's take a quick look at some of the accessories that Gamma 1 comes with. So making sure he stands. So first things first, let's take a look at the heads. Here we have kind of a sideways smirk, a little bit angry looking. Here we have him screaming out in anger. Here we have him gritting his teeth. And here we have him looking a little surprised. Now, of course, to switch the heads, like I said, we just pop that off. It's kind of like one of those mushroom pegs. We just pop that on, and there you'd have a new head. So, getting that out of the way, let's take a look at some of the hands. We have a pair of karate chopping hands. We have a pair of open palm kind of gripping hands. And as mentioned earlier, we have a pair of gun holding hands. Of course, he only comes with one gun, one functional gun. So basically you can have him wield it either in the right hand or the left. Here we also have the folded arm piece, which is just one molded piece here. Now for simplicity's sake, I'm not going to demonstrate how we pop the arms off. For him, it is actually quite hard because of these extra shoulder pieces here, and you do want to be delicate so that you don't break these off because it's just a small attachment there. But it is quite hard to fit this in the nub. So it took me a really long time to try to get this on, to get the arms off and get this piece on. So for simplicity's sake, I'm just going to skip that. But yeah, there is that. And of course, we saw the guns. Of course, this is the holstered version, which comes with a tab. And this is the full actual version here with the, focus, with the missile at the tip. So that is that. All right, so that's pretty much it for his accessories, but as I mentioned before, every single P-Bandai superhero figure has a Build-A-Gohan capability, and that's pretty much the gimmick here. So if I get him out of the way, I already have it installed. Here we have Superhero Gohan with the Super Saiyan head. Very, very cool. It's basically the exact same head that he had. Now it's just in yellowish white. Now, from what I've seen in hand, comparing this to some of the other Super Saiyan hairs, this is actually much whiter than some of the other ones that we had. And maybe that's because he's in his full powered mode and he's very comfortable in the state. So as you remember in Dragon Ball Z, when Gohan and Goku were in the hyperbolic time chamber and they trained for a significant amount of time, they were able to maintain the Super Saiyan hair without necessarily having to maintain the aura. So that's kind of what it looks like. It's very, very whitish yellow rather than the gold yellow that we've learned to love for Super Saiyans. And of course, he does come with 2 extra faces there. So he has a stern face on him. Here we have the Scream. And we have the gritting teeth. So yeah, that is that. Now, just a quick comparison here is him with his old head here You can see it's pretty much identical. The only difference is the color. And of course, we got the green pupils. He looks a little bit more angrier here than he does here. All right, so back to this guy. Final thoughts. What do I think? Personally, I don't care a lot for this design. It doesn't look bad. It's good for what it is. He's supposed to kind of resemble a superhero that is created by the Red Ribbon Army, but in fact, he's technically actually a villain. I haven't watched the movie exactly, so I don't know the exact details, but from what I know, from what I've read, these guys are villains here because Red Ribbon Army, of course. But overall, as a character, it's decent. He comes with a fair amount of accessories, but again, like I said, the only true reason why a lot of people will get these things is for Build-A-Go-Hunt here. So, do I recommend getting this guy? I would say if you're not really into the superhero movie, I'd say he could be a skip, honestly. But if you're a completionist like I am, I do try to get everything. I would say go ahead and get him. He is probably still easier to find right now. But again, he is P Bandai, so quite expensive. But again, not too bad. So yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, be sure to let me know by hitting that thumbs up button. And until next time, guys, take care.